Hello, Tim here, a new face in the leadership team and very pleased to have been co-opted onto the trustees to try and help in these strange times. I'm here all alone and well isolated in our church building because my task is to chat you through the thoughts we're having about the building at the moment. We did a lot of work, mostly behind the scenes, on a possible redevelopment project. We had conversations with landowners, as you know, and we looked at whether we could buy a site and try to get planning permission on it. We did a review at Christmas time of what options were realistically in front of us and whether we could push the button on any of them at that time. In reality, although we've raised a large amount of money for development of our buildings, we knew that it wasn't nearly enough to even get started on a major development project. A few of us began to question whether committing us to a very expensive project, certainly well over £1 million, was the right thing to do. I don't think any of us felt confident at that time that that was what God was telling us to do. Knowing this was a project that would divert a huge amount of our energy and resources into a major building scheme didn't feel quite right at a time when we wanted to be more missional as a church and try to reach more people. Of course, with the current coronavirus developments, everyone is starting to wonder about the way we use our buildings anyway, and whether things will change over the next few months and years. We've been reaching out using digital media over the past few weeks, and we're getting better and more practiced at that. It seems that we were right to hold back at the beginning of the year, as we know now that it would have been a very bad time to be trying to promote a new building project. I have to confess, I'm not the most patient of people, and so I've certainly learnt a bit about listening to God through this period, as he certainly didn't give us the confirmation to go forward at this time. So what have we been doing since then? Well, a couple of things. We've been tracking the local plan that the council have produced and begun to think about where they are proposing the growth in the county over the next 20 years or so. This will be predominantly on the St George's Barracks site near North Luffenham, with quite modest proposals for Oakham itself. And we've begun to think a bit more strategically about whether we could reconfigure and extend the building we already have and use it more effectively. We're at the early stages of these thoughts, and as a leadership team, we need to make some big decisions about how we shape our building assets for the future. How big a space might we actually need, bearing in mind that we may all have discovered new ways to be church in the near future? Actually, the building we have may not be ideal, but it works really hard for us. Could we make it work much harder, using some of the resources that we already have? We hope to be able to share some of these thoughts with you in the coming weeks and months, and we'll be interested to hear your views and feedback. In the meantime, from here in the church itself, can I wish you every blessing from our gracious and loving Heavenly Father, and I hope and pray that I'll be able to see you right here again very soon.